Welcome to Raised on a Pantry Garden. Today I'm going to make Mississippi mud pot roast, and I'm going to make 2 meals out of 1. All right, so to make the Mississippi mud pot roast, you're going to take your crock pot. This is why I love this recipe. I generally do not use crock pots. They're not my favorite things to make, but they work well for this recipe for sure. So we take our chuck roast, and then I'm going to wash my hands. Okay, with clean hands now. I'm going to take some ranch seasoning. I don't really even measure. This is what I love. I'm sure you've seen this recipe. I think it's just a packet of the ranch seasoning, but I just buy this big one. Oh, I'm just going to use it all. I don't have very much left. I just buy this big one because my kids eat ranch a lot. And I don't have a packet of gravy, but I made this mix for our juice mix, but I think you use a gravy packet. I'll just sprinkle that on. It's kind of the same thing. That's just what I have, and it should work just fine. So just sprinkle that on there, and then you're going to take your pepperoncinis and put those in there, as many as you want, or not. They can be kind of spicy. So I love them though. I love to eat these. Doesn't want to come out. Love to eat these with the roast, and the combination of the flavor is delicious. And I'm going to add a little juice to it, because why not? Now, I think the original recipe calls for a whole stick of butter. I'm just going to use half a stick of butter because the beef is pretty rich. So I find that the half a stick of butter works great. So there we go. We're going to put our lid on. I'm going to set it to low, and we're going to let that cook all day, and it's great for today. It's Monday, and I got lots of things to do. So we'll see you when it's done. It's been 8 hours of cooking away in the crock pot. Now I will shred up the beef and put it on some sandwich buns for dinner. Next, I'm going to show you how to make an easy side dish to go with our meal. Okay, so I'm going to show you this really quick, easy side dish that you can use with our Mississippi mud pot roast. Now, it comes from this recipe book, Come Home to Supper by Christy Jordan. Great book. I got to tell you a quick funny. Okay, so the quick story is, funny story, is I've actually seen Christy Jordan. She has a website, southernplate.com, and I actually we were traveling, and I happened to come across, I don't remember, looking at her website. This was, oh gosh, probably 10 years ago. And before like really social media and Pinterest and all this stuff was going on, everything was on websites, where she had a website, or I can't think of the name, where you go and get your recipes. Anyway, so she was doing a book signing for that cookbook, and I was so excited. We happened to be in the same area she was going to be at. So I'm like, my husband, can we go? And he's like, yes, of course. Yes. Wonderful. Anyway, so we went, and I got to hear her speak, and it was just fun. Now, I got the cookbook, and I was going to get it signed, right? Well, I had about a 1.5-year-old little boy that just couldn't make it. So I never actually got to personally meet Christy Jordan, but I did get to hear her and see her. And the cookbook is signed. It's just not personalized to me. So these are her great recipe that I have made for years and years, and my kids love them. They're Parmesan Potatoes fries, and you just melt some butter, Parmesan cheese, and garlic powder and onion powder in the Parmesan cheese, and you just dip them, and you put them on the tray, and you bake them for about 30 to 40 minutes at, it's at 375. I'll link down below her website so you can go and find the recipe. But let's get these made up, excuse me, and you know, then we'll bake those up for our Mississippi mud pot. And this is what dinner is tonight. All right, it's been 3 days since we have made our stew. Now we're gonna take the leftovers that I have and we're gonna make a wonderful beef and barley soup. Okay, so let's add some oil to our hot pan. A little bit, a couple tablespoons, teaspoons, whatever you'd like. And then I have some onion, which is about half a cup, whatever you want, whatever you have in the fridge. And we're gonna brown these onions up a little bit in our pan and get them going. What I want to talk about here, let's see. All right, so we're gonna add, eventually we're gonna add some soy sauce, Worcestershire sauce, onion powder, and garlic powder, and we need about 8 ounces of tomato sauce. Now, let's get this open. This is one that I can. You make sure when you have your cans, jars, homemade, it makes that sound like, because you know it's been sealed. So we're gonna put about 8 ounces. I'm gonna do a little more, about, because I had the other stuff in there, but we'll add that in a minute. We'll set that off to the side. Now our onions are going really well. And one thing that's really great about this recipe is that I use these frozen soup vegetables. They work pretty good. So I only put about a half a package in, or you could add the whole package if you want. And then I just kind of mix that up and get it all nice and brown and toasty. Now that package of vegetables has, let's see, it has potatoes, carrots, tomatoes, corn, green beans. It does have some onions in it and celery in there. And it just works really good. You don't have to chop up. But if you want to chop up your vegetables, go for it. And that's completely fine. Fresh vegetables if you want to put it in. Okay, and we'll just brown this up. And then we'll add the rest of our liquid ingredients. All right, this is looking fantastic. Okay, so it's a little runny for me personally. So what I like to do is just thicken it up a little bit with cornstarch. So all I did is take a 1/4 cup of cold water and a tablespoon of cornstarch. And I am just going to put it in here. And it should be coming up to a boil, and it's thickened it up quite nicely. All right, let's do this. It looks so good. I know it's gonna be good. I haven't had this in a long time. Our weather here where I live at has been unseasonably warm. So it's been in the 70s. So soup not generally isn't always like the best thing, but you know, when the sun starts to go down, it gets cooler. And this morning when I woke up, there was frost on my neighbor's roof. So it's still winter here though. All right, let's give this a try. It's really, really hot. I'm so excited. Ooh, I would have probably made homemade rolls, but it's just been so hot. I don't want to turn on the oven. But it's really good. I have a good homemade roll recipe and my kids absolutely love it. So let's try some. Here we go. Ready? It's so hot. I can hear it bubbling in the background. That is delicious. I really hope you give this a try. Oh, it's so good. And if you don't have, or you could throw it in your crock pot and do everything, throw it in your crock pot and it'll be ready by the end of the day. So I hope you give this a try. It's delicious. I can't wait to eat it tonight. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. I forgot. I got some delicious Walmart bread. So delicious. I should have got 2 loaves. Oh.